G'day, Shane Summers back again to talk about living with cancer. So today I thought we'd talk about your best friend through cancer treatment and recovery, and that is a humble water bottle. Radiation therapy in particular, but also chemotherapy, really impact on your saliva function. And today I thought we'd talk about how that can affect your life and some things that you can do to make it a little bit easier. Be back shortly. Cancer treatment is really tough if you have radiation treatment in your oral cavity or in your oropharynx or throat area. There's a lot of really delicate organs in that area, and your radiation planner will do the most they can to avoid passing radiation beams through them. And the modern machines can fire radiation beams in a very sophisticated way to spare those vital organs. But undoubtedly there's going to be some impact, and one of the things that will affect you day in and day out is loss of saliva. And we're not talking the sort of dry mouth that you have after a night on the booze or a run on a hot day. This is a much more chronic condition than that. At its worst, your tongue literally swells and cracks. Your lips glue to your teeth and your tongue glues to the roof of your mouth, and some people find it difficult to even talk. Eating a lot of food becomes almost impossible, and you end up on a liquid diet because you don't have saliva to lubricate that food as you swallow it. So the humble bottle of water becomes your constant companion. People who have been through cancer treatment generally get some recovery of their saliva function, but invariably it's reduced and the consistency changes. It's somehow stickier and sounds a bit icky, I know, but anybody I know of or I speak to who have been through this sort of treatment all have the same comment. They always carry a water bottle with them and it becomes their constant companion. I prefer to go with a reusable water bottle just because I want to do that little bit in terms of avoiding single-use plastics. But if you go with a metallic water bottle, you still want to find one that's plastic lined. Particularly during treatment, a lot of people note that metallic tastes become really strong. So cooking in metallic saucepans, anything like that can really make it difficult and make the simple thing of drinking water almost unpalatable. So the main way it's impacted is we've got two main groups of saliva glands. The largest are under our mandible. They produce around 60 or 70% of the saliva, and the other one is up under our chin or under our tongue at the front of our mouth. It really depends on exactly where your tumour and cancer is, how they'll be affected. For some unfortunate people, the cancer is actually in those saliva glands. Talking of your mandible, people who go into head and neck cancer treatment, one of the first things they'll do is an OPG X-ray of your jaw and have a really close examination of your teeth. If you've got anything going on there, abscess or problems with teeth, they'll actually want to deal with that before you start radiation therapy. And that's because the radiation closes down and neutralises a lot of the blood flow to your jawbone. And if you have an infection, it can lead to a condition called necrosis, where the jawbone literally starts to break down. And in an extreme case, they may have to graft bone in there from your arm and your leg and reconstruct your jawbone. Pretty horrible thought. I was pretty lucky I had crooked teeth, but good strong teeth, and I didn't have that problem. The other function of saliva, as well as lubricating your mouth, is to mineralise your teeth. The saliva moving around your teeth fights bacteria and helps to remineralise the enamel and the surface of your teeth. So without that saliva, you'll have to go onto a really strong high fluoride toothpaste. Colgate NeutraFluor is the usual one they recommend, and it has around 50 times more fluoride than regular supermarket toothpaste. And that's just to really help your teeth stay in good condition in the absence of saliva or reduced saliva. Now, there are a few products out there that can help you along the way. Basically any sugar-free chewing gum is good because the action of chewing stimulates what little saliva you may have, and any product that's got an artificial sweetener called Xylitol really helps as well. It stimulates that saliva flow, and there's been some studies done to verify that it activates your saliva function. So you can get all of this stuff online a lot more cheaply than you can get it in store, and certainly a lot more cheaply than you can get it in the hospital pharmacy, because they really seem to know they have a captive audience there. Another product I didn't find particularly good. They're a little like a tablet, Xylimelts, and on the back of the tablet is a liquid activated glue, and the idea is that you put these in your mouth and glue them to your gum up underneath your cheek, either one or one each side. I didn't particularly like them. I didn't like that sensation, and I did find they left my mouth a bit gluey feeling in the morning, but some people swear by them. The idea is they sit in there and they dissolve and release xylitol through the night to keep activating your saliva function. There's a number of artificial salivas or mouth moisturisers on the market. Some people make their own using cooking oil and water. I find the little spray pack of Biotene handy to keep by the bed. If I wake up particularly during the worst of treatment, that can just help to unglue your mouth and keep things moving. And of course you can get it in a bulk-sized bottle as well, which is handy to keep in the bathroom perhaps. But ultimately, I still prefer just to fall back to water, sometimes with a squeeze of lemon or something, just to help activate those saliva glands. I'll keep this one short today, but I thought it's worth mentioning. It's a basic tip, but it's really a fundamental part of enduring your head and neck cancer treatment. The other benefit of drinking a lot of fluid is chemotherapy really knocks around your electrolytes and your body fluid balance, so maintaining your fluids is another really important part of that. And I think during this my week 2 check-in, I'll talk a bit more about chemotherapy and the role of fluids in your chemo dosing. Don't forget, if you have any questions you'd like answered, drop them into the comments section underneath this YouTube video, or if you want to go into the Cancer Council community forum, my profile name there is SPS67, and you can find some of my contributions, and if you hit reply to any of those with a question, we can handle it in that space. It's more focused on people either being treated for cancer, their carers, or recovering from. So I'll see you in a few days with my week 2 check-in. In the meantime, cheers. I probably shouldn't have these here because these aren't for dry mouth. They're for dry upholstery in the car.